to you guys. Today we are going to be continuing our airport by creating the aprons and parking spots, and then we're going to move on to 3D modeling in the next video. I don't know how much I can show from the 3D modeling because it's a very long and tedious process, but I hope you guys know how to use Blender or 3ds Max, because that's what we're gonna be using to actually create our models and export. So today, go ahead and open the project where we left it off. I'm just gonna refresh our minds from the last time, so I'm just double checking that we have one that's missing right over here that I forgot to do. I'm just gonna add it while I talk to you guys about this airport in particular. This airport, I can't find for it any proper charts, which is like a bummer. I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible, but I can't find the charts where I can see how many gates, what are like the proper gate names, I mean parking spot names. So I'm just gonna go with the flow today. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and create another taxiway in the middle, and then connect that with that and that with that. You'll understand in a second. Let me get the taxiway point and normal and one-click placing, and there we go. Now after putting the taxiway in the middle, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I copy the same properties that I got from the other taxiways. So copy properties, click here and paste that in here. It's gonna have the same properties, and then I'm gonna go ahead and connect both points just as we learned last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I have the runway deselected, the airport. Oh, actually we actually need the airport, but the runway is deselected. If I hold that and control and click on the other point, if it allows me, here you go, 2 is selected, right click and create path, and then the same here, click here and double click here, create path, and the same for the other 2 points here. I'm gonna click here and create path, and the same here, click here and then click here, create path. Now once you're done with creating, like making sure that no more taxiways to be done, we're gonna move on to the parking spots, which is very simple. Same concept like in senior developing in FS2020. So just go back to the objects menu, and when you're in the objects menu, if you go to the parking spot where it says taxiway parking, and we're gonna select for this instance, I'm gonna be selecting the ramp GA small, because like they're all tiny aircrafts. I'm gonna open the one-click placing, and I'm gonna go ahead and place one here, and 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 I think there's one more here. Actually, that's a guess. Yeah, that's a guess. Okay, now uncheck the one-click placing, and we need to do a couple of settings inside of the properties of the parking. So on the left, as you can see, the name, but I'm gonna set it as a parking. So if you have an airport, set it to gate whatever. Make sure you guys are referencing from charts if you want to do something realistic. I'm just gonna set it as parking 1 because I don't know what it's supposed to be. Parking 1, and number marking, I'm gonna check that. I'll tell you guys what we can do after replacing the aprons. But the thing is, here we can't actually have a marking, but in bigger airports, if you check the number marking, it should show on the ground. But in this instance, this is, this is all I think this is gravel or dirt, so yeah, it's not gonna appear. But for you guys, you can turn on the number marking, and you are gonna go ahead and play with the X and Z values to make the number bigger or smaller, and change the number heading basically. So I did that. So once I've already modified one, I can go ahead and copy the properties of this and paste it to everything else, and all I'm gonna do is just renumber the numbers. So this and then click on this, set it to number 2, press enter, go to this, 3, press enter, and this is 4, press enter, and this is 5, and go ahead and press enter. Okay, and once that's done, and you can see you have no more errors, so you can go ahead and save the scenery. So I'm going to do that. Now after saving the scenery, now we need to go ahead and look at what models do we need to create before creating the aprons, because the aprons are going to cover it. Or we can just like turn off the draw surface option. So we have these two looking shapes that are being repeated 1, 2, 3 times across the area. I don't want to worry about what's outside the airport, like this building. I don't want to worry about it. I want to worry about what's inside the airport. So what I'll be modeling is these barrels. This, I don't know, is this the airport or terminal area basically? And I think this is the tower. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is still also an office building, and the rest is hangars. Actually no, 1, 2, and wait, so 1, is this like a 1 long? So I think it's 3 hangars, so 2 white and 1 in the middle. So the 2 white are the same, and the 1 in the middle is unique. It has like openings in the roof. I don't know if this is a residential building or not, but it seems not, because like it's open on the, actually is this a fence? I'll have to research and check. But yeah, it's, the airport is almost done. It's just the modeling is left with the apron. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how we can do the aprons, which is very easy. So let's start with, for example, this area. So if I zoom in, you can see it's like a weird shape, but I'm gonna like put some excess apron around here, so when we place the model, it's gonna like cover it. So I'm gonna go ahead and select from the objects the apron and select default, and where it says one click placing, I'm gonna check that. And if I click on the screen, you should see this red laser. If you hold the control button and click, so I'm gonna put some excess here, and then click here, be more accurate here, and I can add some excess under the taxiway so everything is blending nicely. There you go. So we have our first apron done. We can go down here and do this part as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start. You want to take your time while you're doing this. The more time, the more detailed it's gonna be. There you go. Finish this off. Now once you guys are done with the apron areas, we can go ahead and actually like sketch how we want to actually model the objects. But for this instance, I still have like an error with this like tower that's overlapping for no reason. Even though we have like the exclusion rectangle, I don't know why it's still appearing, but I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, ask some of the experts in the forums. A good practice you guys should do is whenever you have an issue in terms of like senior developing, we're all still new to this, so everyone is really helpful on like trying to make sure everyone is okay with everything in the SDK, because literally everyone is still figuring it out. So I'm done with that. So the aprons are done, the parkings are done. You guys got the concept of the parkings. I'm actually gonna go ahead and look at the charts or airport information, because like everything is like so little for this airport. I think I can see, are these the Pappy lights? This is probably the Pappy lights. So let me show you guys how you can add the Pappy lights, because like we actually have some in the airfield, which is okay, pretty decent. I'm gonna uncheck the one click placing so I don't create another apron. So I'm gonna click on the runway. I'm gonna make sure I have it opened in the scenery editor, so make the arrow open. I'm gonna turn off the taxiways because I don't no longer need the taxiways or the aprons, so I just need the runway. So if I click on it, if I go to the where it says lights, I'm gonna add in the center low, in the edges low, and in the approach lights. No, we don't need approach lights. Hang on. It's in the VASI, if I'm not correct. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I'm not pretty sure. Yeah, it is PAPI 2. Okay, so yeah, I can recognize from the satellite imagery that this is PAPI 2. So I'm gonna add a primary VASI PAPI 2. And okay, so this is a cool thing where they will actually let you modify the position. So for this example, the PAPI lights, let me find them again. We're in the middle. Let me see if I can actually. Okay, where is it? Where are they? Ooh, okay. Primary left. Okay. Let's move it in here. This is where they moved it. Yeah. Yep. There. And okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and add a primary PAPI 2 as well. Okay. And the primary PAPI 2, I wanna go ahead and move that. So I'm gonna move that to here. Wait for it to render. There you go. PAPI lights are in. Awesome. Okay, so I think that's it for today's tutorial. The next tutorial is me showing you guys how I model the models, how I'm gonna actually model it, and you guys can apply the same concepts in your 3D modeling programs. But yeah, guys, the airport is almost done, and I'm pretty excited. Later on, we can see on how we can add the night textures when we're done with the night models. I mean, with the 3D models, we can add night textures, so when it's nighttime, it actually lights up. And we're gonna learn on how we can add like we can create like models of light towers, basically, so it can light up the airport at night. Just basic night lighting. But for now, the functionality of the airport is almost done. Like everything is working so far now. The only last thing is the 3D models, and it will start to look like the actual airport. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I hope it helps you on your journeys to creating other airports. Also, you guys, I'm up for any requests. If you want to go ahead and email me, check the about section in my YouTube channel, and email me if you want me to go ahead and pursue on one of your home airfields. I'm free and I'll be happy to do it. So yeah, guys, as you can see, there's an update. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.